Live.
Hey, you're watching Pilot Season. Pilot Season airs monthly on the Trident Network, a three-pronged, get it, entertainment company featuring streaming live shows like this on Twitch, web series and videos you can find places like YouTube, and podcasts of every stripe. Now, every episode of Pilot Season, we have a team of actors and a team of writers that join forces to collaborate and create an original sitcom pilot that's never been seen before and will never be seen again. I don't know why I have to keep saying that. Now, making all this possible, because it's impossible without this person at the helm. It's our tech support, our stage manager, and our friend, M. Smith. M, welcome to Pilot Season.
Hey, Ryan. It's really good to be here.
How are you today?
I'm pretty good. Not only am I teching a show, but I had mentioned I got forklift certified today, and I can lift pretty much anything that you need me to lift now.
You know what? It's about time. That's all. That's all I'll say.
That's what I've been saying.
If you're watching this at home, just know that you can do anything. M is checking this show and also could lift. How many pounds does the forklift lift?
You know that wasn't part of the training, but I'm gonna say probably over 100.
Over 100. We have nothing to complain about. Just put it one foot in front of the other, everybody. M, now you don't just tech this show and forklift. Is forklift a verb?
Sure is.
But you also produce your own show for the Trident Network. Will you tell us about that?
Yes, I co-host the Witching Hour with my good friend Kayla. It's the third Monday of every month. We talk about tarot and astrology, and also mostly our therapists now. Just pretty, really, it's just two of us talking about witchy stuff, and we smoke weed while we do it. And you can too, on the third Monday of every month. Join us.
Em, can I ask you, would you say something on the Witching Hour that you wouldn't tell your therapist?
Yes, because I'm talking about her, and I think it would be unprofessional to maybe if I stop therapy and we're friends one day.
You know what? I think that's great advice for anybody in therapy is one day you'll be friends and you can go to therapy.
Yeah.
Now, Em, before we meet our teams this episode, we need to get a suggestion from our Twitch chat. Every episode of Pilot Season, we do a different genre of sitcom pilot. We've just gone through an arc of dramedies, and tonight is a little more of a wild card. We're going to go back to a favorite genre from past episodes, and that is This Meets That. It's that famous like network pitching style. You know, we've done a few of these before. We had Seinfeld meets MASH. We had The Golden Girls meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So what you're going to get from our Twitch chat is people submitting two sitcoms or just two TV shows even that will turn into a sitcom. Or if people just have one that they'd like to see mashed up, you can pick from more than one suggestion and create one for us. And
You
while
got
you're
it.
doing that, we're going to meet our teams. Now, listen, I'm mainly a writer in comedy. I love writers. I love reading. I appreciate the written word. But at Pilot Season, we meet the actors first. Joining us tonight for the first time, we have Devin Dorsey. Devin, welcome to Pilot Season.
Thank you for having me.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing great. It's a nice low-key evening.
Well, so far. Devin, since you're new to us, one important thing we need to get out of the way is what's your favorite sitcom? It can be an all-time favorite or something you're binging lately.
Oh, great question. Would you consider animated series to be sitcoms?
Absolutely, yeah.
Cool. I'd say one of my comfort food shows is King of the Hill. So I'm also from Texas, so it kind of hits differently too. But yeah, that's one thing that I've been watching a lot lately.
That comes up on here once in a while. I think that's one of the best casts of any sitcom, live action or animated.
Yeah,
It's
incredible
really
voice work.
Devin, follow-up question. If you could do any sitcom job, any job that people do, like as characters of a specific sitcom, which one would you do? And you do have to do the job.
Oh, like a job in a sitcom, like oh
Exactly. Like working at the bar on Cheers.
yeah. I would kind of like to be the level of mailman that Newman is, because it seems like he doesn't work a whole lot. Or when he does work, he's like at the frozen yogurt shop. It seems like he's not doing a whole lot of like mail work. He does, but I feel like he still has enough time to get into schemes. So I don't know, seems like a good gig.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust him with any of my outgoing mail.
No, not at all. And be careful using certain highways if I were him.
Absolutely. Also joining us for the first time on the acting side this episode is Josh Linden. Josh, welcome to
Hey,
Pilot.
Ryan. Thank you for having me.
Josh, we also need to know your favorite sitcom.
Yeah, I think if we can go animated, it's probably Bob's Burgers. I think it's generally a perfect show. It's just a family that loves each other very much, and I think that that's the way that they went from, in the first couple seasons, they're all individual characters, to then seeing the genetics of the family as it goes through the later seasons. Really, it scratches an itch for me.
I love that show. There's a limo driver on Bob's Burgers, shows up like once a season, and once in a while my brain just tells me that I need to see her, and I'll Google image Bob's Burger limo driver.
Limo driver.
She's just like super positive and weird. Uh, Josh, if you could have any sitcom character as like your best friend, any sitcom sidekick, or a sitcom character where you're their little buddy, who would you pick?
I don't know if this qualifies as a sitcom, so you tell me, but I was thinking about the show Chuck
Yeah.
back in the day. Like, if you remember, it was like, yeah, it was like still a spy show, and there was like plot loosely, but it was generally like wacky guys, one of whom's now a spy, doesn't know his own powers. But it feels like there's something being the sidekick for Chuck feels like it'd be fun, but I'd also just still be like on the Geek Squad and just chilling and having a regular job and living in California. We're like, my buddy does some weird stuff, and then just being able to be the sidekick and like sometimes get in harm's way, but generally it's comic mischief.
If you're the main character's friend, you're going to be saved if you get in any trouble.
Right, exactly. Because like, I don't know, I have a contract. There's 22 episodes. They're not going to kill me off halfway through.
Returning for, I believe, the fourth time, maybe the fifth time, definitely I would say pilot season all-star status. We have Jaclyn Sorci. Jaclyn, welcome back.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be back.
Now, Jaclyn, we've talked about sitcoms a lot with you the past year or so. So I'm going to dig a little more specific. I'm going to zoom in. What is your all-time favorite sitcom episode?
Ooh. Okay. This is a tough one, but immediately what popped into my head is the 30 Rock episode where they did Queen of Jordan, which was like the reality show featuring Tracy Jordan's wife in the show. Just because it's like such a spot on spoof of a Bravo show from that era, and it's just very fun. And 30 Rock's one of my favorite shows of all time, so probably that one.
I feel like reality TV has gotten more and more like that episode.
Yeah.
As has gone on. I think maybe at the time people were like, oh, that sounds like a weird kind of a show that I wouldn't watch.
Yeah.
And watch it again. It's like the shows that I'm watching all the time.
100%. Yeah, I feel like 30 Rock actually like predicted a lot of chaotic reality TV, where it's like not even satire anymore. They had like that MILF Island show, and there was actually like a MILF show recently. So we've just kind of jumped the shark, I think.
Is Queen of Jordan, we don't have time for this, but I have to digress for just a second. Is Queen of Jordan the episode where her single, My Single Is Dropping, is dropping?
Is dropping, yes. That is the episode, yes. Exactly.
on that note, let's meet our writing team. Joining us again tonight, we have John Francis. John, welcome back to pilot season.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Now, John, if you could create a prequel for any sitcom, Young Sheldon style, which one would you pick? And you have to create it.
Prequel for a sitcom that I. Oh boy, this is a stumper. I would be. Ooh. You know, I'm watching Resident Alien right now.
Okay.
It's about this small town, and I'm like maybe halfway through it, so I don't want to conclusively say anything about it, but it would be very interesting to see the town without the alien in a certain type, like the fish out of water without the water, because they've all for a TV show, they all like know each other since like grade school in a way that's not very typical.
Yeah.
So I think I would like they could really lean into all the like small town tropes even more because it's a prequel and like specifically not it could be just a really good spice of life or a slice of life show.
Yeah, I love the idea of a fish out of water show before anybody showed up.
Just water. That's the pitch.
Yeah, just water. It's like if Parks and Rec was a prequel to something like Third Rock from the Sun. It was just a regular town for years, and then somebody crashed. Also joining us again on pilot season, we have Andy Meholick. Andy, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Andy, you can bring back any canceled sitcom for one more episode. Which one do you pick?
Phew, any canceled? One more. I just need one more episode, please. You know what? No.
Did you think of one where the cast was dead?
Well, no. I thought of one that would be too problematic, too difficult to get those people in a room together. You know, you can't do it.
Oh, but that might be like where the magic happens.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. It's bold. I'm gonna get canceled. If I get removed from this platform, it wasn't technical difficulty. Show me the drama of bringing Roseanne back for one more episode.
I mean,
enough said, right?
so many horrible things have happened to that family. First of all, I think The Conners is going to be on longer than Roseanne was. The Conners is one of those shows that's like a huge hit that isn't like zeitgeisty, so it's not getting like Emmys and people aren't talking about it. But it's huge, and it's in like its 6th season.
And like John Good and Laurie Metcalf just they are my heart. So keep on keeping on, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that answer. I don't think you're canceled for that.
Thank you.
Also joining us again, we have another all-star, Jamie Patton. Jamie, welcome back to pilot season.
Thank you for having me back.
Jamie, because we've also talked about sitcoms so much, I also have a little bit of a deeper dive for you. I know that you watch all of awards season, Hollywood's biggest nights, all of their moments over and over. If you could adapt any of our Oscar movies this year into a sitcom, which one would you pick?
I mean, probably The Holdovers, because I love those characters so much, and the 3 of them together. I mean, it's kind of sitcom-y anyway, but I just think those are the characters you would want to see week in, week out, I think. As much as I would love, like, you know, young Oppie or whatever, I think that's my choice.
I feel like the Holdovers, if that were a movie in like the 60s or 70s, it would have become a TV show.
That's true. Yeah.
That's a great answer. Em, let's check in with our suggestions. Have we gotten a good one yet?
I'm going to let y'all be the judge of that, but I am going to read you our suggestions. We have a couple. We have, let's see, The Honeymooners meets the Jetsons. We've got The Flintstones, meets Clueless. We have Everybody Loves Raymond meets The Bear. We have X-Files. We have X-Files meets Abbott Elementary. I Love Lucy meets The Sopranos. Just a few more is Breaking Bad meets Friends. Mork and Mindy meets Family Matters. And the last one is Curb Your Enthusiasm meets Sherlock.
Wow.
Wow. That would be such a Curb Your Enthusiasm meets Sherlock would be such a hard show because you would have to keep the details of a mystery just like in your head.
Yeah.
It would, yeah, just be him getting stressed out about that.
So let's check in with our teams here. Is anybody so far inspired by any of those? There's a lot of really good stuff.
Ooh, yeah, there were a lot that came. Breaking Bad and Friends, and then the Everybody Loves Raymond and The Bear both are the ones that have really hit me with an initial. There's something about, there's a lot going on with both of those concepts.
Yeah, I love both of those. Is anybody drawn to either of those or one in particular of those?
I think the Bear and Raymond speaks to me a bit. I just want to yell behind.
So, and we can get into this more, but if we did that one, are we understanding that there might be like mom and dad's restaurant is across the street and then like son's family restaurant is on this side?
That's hilarious.
Mom's always coming over with recipes. How do you guys feel about The Bear meets Everybody Loves Raymond? That feels like a sitcom that's
strongly and positively.
Yeah. So we're gonna break this down a little more. While we're talking about that, Em, would you return to our Twitch chat and see if we can get a title for this beautiful sitcom? And while that's happening, we're gonna check in. We'll start with our actors again. In Everybody Loves Raymond meets The Bear, one thing we do want to establish is that this is a new show that's inspired by the concepts and situations of those shows. We're not using any of the actual characters. So we'll start with Devin. Devin, are there any characters that you're inspired to create? Any that come to mind that might be in this hybrid show?
Oh, I mean, for me, I'm a little more familiar with The Bear than Everyone Loves Raymond, but what I love is an overbearing, eccentric, loudmouth cousin. I feel like everyone has one, if not a cousin, like a relative. So, big fan of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's check in with Josh. Same question. Any characters that you're picturing already or that you're inspired to create?
Yeah, I think that just similarly where these two have connective tissue is like an exasperated lead character who's constantly getting badgered by large personalities. It's just about like trying to balance the everyone else's emotions while slowly like being whittled down.
Yeah, absolutely. Jaclyn, same question. What are you inspired by with these types of characters?
So I would love to play an overbearing mother who's critical of the food, critical of the process, just never satisfied with what's going on in the restaurant.
Sending things back at a restaurant that she's not eating at.
Yes, exactly. If her family members own it, she's even more entitled to criticize.
Absolutely. Let's check in with our writers. John, any situations or scenarios that you're thinking of for this sitcom?
The more I think about it, they're in some ways, they both deal with certain types of like close-knit stress from relationships. One's at the home and with immediate, they're in some ways they're more similar than I initially thought. The difference is sort of like setting, so it'd be sort of interesting to do the mother relationship in the kitchen of the restaurant rather than at the house, which sounds mundane, but then suddenly it's a work thing. So
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of interesting to the way, yeah, I'm interested in exploring how the worlds that are they have different settings, but there's a lot, there's a lot of commonality with the characters. So I think in some ways, and they both do have family. So I'm not totally caught up on the bear. I'm not the most recent season, but it's a family show too. So
Yeah, absolutely. My follow-up question for you, you may have sort of already started on the cusp of this. Give us a specific location that you'd like to see in this sitcom.
ooh, okay. I would like, well, so there's going to be the restaurant. I would like to see it seems like the adjacency has to be something. So I would like to see like who does live kitty corner to the restaurant, and what's the world like from that perch, maybe.
Yeah,
That's specific enough.
absolutely.
Okay.
Andy, let's check in with you. Same question initially. Any scenarios or situations you see on this sitcom?
So right before logging on, I was watching season 4, episode 9 of Everybody Loves Raymond, called "No Thank You." I'm not joking.
Amazing.
The text with my brother, in which Deborah, the Raymond's wife, decides that after taking a beating from the mom forever, she's going to just try a new tactic. She's just going to say, "Thank you for the advice." And I'm thinking, I'd love to see, we've had the stasis of chaos for so long. I'm going to just try to embrace it. Maybe taking from that very specific episode that I just watched.
Hey, listen, we love research. We love someone who's come in with doing their homework. Andy, what time period is this sitcom set in? Is this present day or is this earlier? Is it in the future?
We gotta go 70s.
70s. Doesn't the bear feel a little bit like it's in the 70s?
It does.
Health codes are a little looser. Meat's a little straight from the cow.
Yeah. I think this show's a little more fun if the settings are pre-smartphone.
Yeah.
Jamie, same initial question. Any scenarios or situations you see these characters getting up to?
I think the family dynamic, it being, or family restaurant or something. I think of on the bear, Sydney and Deborah are kind of like the same, as that they're the outsiders having to deal with this family. And so I think like the new chef or someone coming in having to come into this family restaurant is interesting, like having to learn and deal with these people and their pre-existing history.
Yeah, those characters that like fight in a really intimidating and scary way, but they're over it immediately, unless you're the outsider who witnessed it, and then you're like,
yeah, what? What's this? Yeah.
And Jamie, follow-up question. Assuming that you're the network executive who greenlights this show, let us know something about like the structure of it. Like what kind of network? Does it have a laugh track? What kind of audience? What's its rating? Things like that.
I want to lean towards the bear side of it. So especially 70s, I'm thinking like 70s almost, movie, that it should be FX, it should be swearing, it should be, intense kitchen. That's what I think.
I love that. And just a note for our actors, thanks to a generous grant from the Trident Network, several FCC fines have been paid in advance. So if you're dropping any language bombs of any kind, you're covered. The pilot season is a show for adults regardless. Have we gotten a title for this show?
Yes, we have. Here are my favorites. We have we have Everybody Loves Beef. We have my going along with that, we have my brother and beef. We have Blood is Thicker Than Broth. We have Relative Success. And I Can't Bear Raymond.
Do you mind repeating the first two again? I
Of
lost
course.
for a second after the first one.
Yes, the first one is, and this is from Chris, just so he gets credit, is everybody loves beef. He also followed that up with my brother, and beef.
I feel like one of those could be the show title and one could be the episode title. Does anybody have a preference or anything about any of the others?
I love a character named Beef.
See, and I like the double entendre because beef is, when you have a conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So if the show's name is, oh, I don't know.
Also, that's a great name of a restaurant too. Everyone loves beef.
Yeah, it's a triple entendre.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It fits the family beef.
Oh, yeah. Everybody, like, put a pin in all of this. Remember, like, the different ways that we use beef.
It's the family stone. That's the family beef.
So if the show is called Everybody Loves Beef, and then the episode, our pilot episode title is My Brother, and Beef. Was that it?
Yep.
I want to watch this show. I can't wait to watch literally this show. Okay, so we're gonna get started on Everybody Loves Beef. Our first scene is our cold open. We'll just meet a few characters. We'll hit a punchline, and then Emma's gonna call it for our opening credits. So this will be our shortest scene. Actors, you've got a big task ahead of you to get this ball rolling. Writers, we know what we need to do. Em, are you ready for the cold open of Everybody Loves Beef?
I'm so ready. Let's go do it.
Do it.
I'm starving. What are we waiting for? Can you guys bring me something?
Hey, I heard you the first time, all right? Okay, these hot dogs are coming up soon, okay?
This is why you guys are failing. 20 minutes I've been waiting for hot dogs.
God, you sound like every one of my family members right now. Everyone wants me to fail, but I promise you, these hot dogs will make your heart feel full.
Hey, Beef, do we still got buns? We still got buns?
Buns? Oh shit. Oh, buns.
You order buns?
Buns? Okay.
I don't see any buns in the back.
Oh fuck. Okay, we're supposed to get a delivery of buns 10 hours ago. Shit. Okay. All right. I gotta call my bun guy. Whoever the grandma is in the front, just stall. Just flirt with her. I don't care. I'm gonna try to find something.
Flirt with mom?
Yeah, mom. Yeah. Just say something like she's got a nice smile. I don't know. You're creative. Here. I did find some slices of bread. Okay, we're gonna make some hot dogs today.
Okay, I can try. I'll try. Okay.
Okay. All right, here, try this.
Hello, patron. What we're bringing the buns.
Anthony, it's me. You don't have to talk to me like that. What
I know
are
it's
you
you.
doing here?
I know
Look at the
it's
line. Look at the line. What are you doing back there?
I need the practice.
Look, I'm gonna go somewhere else, and I'm your mother. What do you think these people are gonna do? Did I hear you say you have no buns back there?
I didn't. I asked if there were buns. I did not say that there will be buns.
People want buns.
We just decided to start serving hot dogs yesterday. This is you know how BJ gets. Like he has an idea and then he has to go with it. And he's got to change the whole concept of the entire restaurant.
I'm going to try to be more supportive. I'm going to go sit over there. I'm going to let you guys figure it out. But you need to figure something out because I know your finances. So I'll be over there.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, so is she gone now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's get the next customer, all right? I'm done with her.
And that's now a word from our sponsors.
All right, so They've really set up like the workplace of the bear, and also I'm getting a little bit of that family and like coworkers as family vibes. Let's start with our actors. Jaclyn, is your character that we just saw, is this a character that you're foreseeing like throughout the entire episode?
Yeah, I think she can enter and exit to kind of make them more nervous, kind of dial up the anxiety a little bit.
Yeah, and is there something from her backstory, something from her history or her personality that you'd like us to know going into this, something that the writers can use?
Yeah, I think definitely like it's a wrong kid died situation. Like there's a
Oh my
mother
God.
who passed on, and that was her favorite, and now she's, you know, putting the pressure on her remaining sons.
I'm obsessed with her. That's so dark. Josh, same question. If this is a character of yours that we're going to be seeing again, is there something that you'd like us to know about them? Something from their history or personality or backstory?
Yeah, I think we named him Anthony. I think he might be too young for this. It feels like if we're building off of the siblings thing, this is the youngest one. I think that he is probably too young to be working in this restaurant in some capacity, whatever that means. And was maybe never meant for the beef life,
You know,
but is here regardless.
And also you don't know until you try. Some people
Right. Yes.
don't think they're cut out for the beef life.
That's why they ask, "Where's the beef?" Because you have to find it.
Sometimes you have to start with yourself.
Yeah.
Devin, same question. Anything that you'd like us to know about this character that happened before this show started? Any kind of personality, any backstory?
Yeah, I think maybe probably fell into, maybe has probably pushed away a lot of the people they love in their life. Let's see, maybe they like kind of like have maybe had a bunch of odd jobs before, so like they're good at figuring things on the fly, but maybe they're not good at being a restaurant worker, maybe. Yeah. Maybe I feel like there's an element of like, yeah, they're doing their best. Yeah, maybe they probably fell into the restaurant world unwillingly, but they feel like it's the right thing to do, even though it's probably not good for them.
We have a lot of emotional health in this cast this episode. You guys have been doing the work, and I appreciate that. Let's turn to our writers. Jamie, we're getting ready to do Act 1 of Everybody Loves Beef. Where is our first scene of Act 1 set? Where is it physically set?
I think it's like maybe in like more of in the kitchen, but maybe more of like a storage kind of area, or just kind of like a back kind of area. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
No.
And then John, how much time has passed between our cold open and Act 1?
It's like later on in the same shift. Like maybe
Okay.
it died down, the first lull a little later on.
All right. And then Andy, give us a line of dialogue that you'd like to hear in Act 1 of Everybody Loves Beef.
I'm starting with the beef in the mirror.
I'm starting with the beef in the mirror. Everybody, actors, plant that. All right, so we have a tall order in front of us, pun intended. Actors, you know what you need to do, where we're set, what our time frame is. Writers, we're all ready. Em, are you ready for Act 1 of Everyone Loves Beef?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right.
I don't think I've seen this many pickles in one place before.
Oh, get used to it, kid. This is our life now.
Beef, you really got to tell your mom not to come around here anymore. She's a nuisance to the customers. I can tell she freaks you out. She freaks me out.
She's our best customer, though.
What does that
Yeah,
say about this place?
I think it says everything. We suck.
she's a neighborhood vibe. It's a neighborhood place.
Do you know she called me a whore last time she was in here?
Oh, you just gotta. She just says all sorts of things, who knows? You just kind of gotta like in ear out the other, like smile and nod and say, okay,
Okay, well, where I grew up, you get your ass kicked saying something like that to a girl.
If I tell her not to come, what am I? I don't want to become a pickle. We become pickles. Just change my liquid, So, I don't know. That's just a wise man told me that at a warehousing job, he's a forklift wizard.
When are you gonna
I'd also prefer if he didn't kick my mom's ass. She's still my mom.
I didn't say I was going to, but I'm just saying that. What do you want me to do? If she does it again, I'm gonna have to say something.
Look,
it's your funeral. Look.
Yeah, if you want to kick our mom's ass, be our guest. But we warned you.
Look it. I'm gonna leave you because this place is a mess. Your mother called me a whore. You don't have your life together.
Okay, all right. You know what? If we really appreciate your patronage, okay? We our mom will take care of our mom. She's just, that's just how she talks. She's a character, like that's just these, these old Chicago types, they just talk a lot. It doesn't mean anything, okay?
Fine. I just think that this place has more problems than you're willing to admit.
Okay. Fair. But you know what? She grew up in a restaurant, so the problems she has, she's probably very unaware of. That's kitchen
We all
talk.
grew up in this restaurant. It is a pickle if you think about it that way.
Yeah, good one.
Speaking of which, did anyone order pickles? Because we're almost out.
We're gonna.
Oh, thought that was your task this week, Anthony.
I can't have a credit card. I can't have a credit card.
Oh, just use the.
You have to sign. I'm not.
Oh, just
By the way, Anthony, I saw you serving beer. You can't be doing that.
Oh, what is this? Is this an age thing? He looks 21.
I didn't realize
It does not
the
look
police
21.
now. There's no crime.
He looks 21. He's got facial hair now. So what?
He's in 8th grade. He can't be serving beer.
Well,
It's
here's
Chicago.
the thing. Thank you, Anthony. Look. No one says he can't. He is perfectly able and can do it. Should he? That's another question. But
Just saying, if the city shows up, we'll be shut down.
okay, well, we'll just have to grease them like we always do, right? They love our beefs extra long. That's the commissioner's favorite. Okay, just slip it. It's for free. We're good.
All right, what you don't know is that I actually had to sleep with the commissioner last time, and that's why your mother called me a whore.
Oh,
It was not the beef. It was this beef.
okay.
And I don't want to do that again.
Oh, all right. Well,
Because he looks like that guy from Chicago PD, from the old show where he was bald.
oh, so he looks like all of the PD.
Yeah,
Okay. All
exactly.
right. No, it's too bad. Just a good burger used to get you something in the city, not putting out,
Okay, putting out has always got you stuff everywhere. Not here, just here, but everywhere. Take it from me, okay?
When we open.
I'm loving being a part of this. This is great for me.
Just close your ears, Anthony.
No,
You
no,
need to know
Anthony,
anything about this kind of world.
Anthony, don't.
I know little. I'm not a
Anthony,
nerd.
Oh, no.
don't close your ears. There's more you're learning here than you could ever in school. Okay, listen.
I didn't think school was an option, Beef. You told me school wasn't an option. I had to learn. I have to learn on the job. And it's not like I haven't read the writing on the walls in the bathroom. I understand, but this, ask that. I get it.
Yeah.
Anthony,
There's
listen,
pictures. It's like a textbook.
you wait till you are in love, okay? So you really love a girl or a boy, whatever, until you really love someone.
Look, Anthony has a love. It's making beefs with his brother.
And it's
All right.
selling beer.
Yeah. It's he's a good salesman. We can't lose him. Or until the commissioner comes along. Anthony doesn't work here. He's just playing.
Anthony, you stay away from the commissioner, okay?
Yeah. Just completely stay away. All right. I will always handle the
You
commissioner.
do not go near that man if he comes in here.
Oh shit, did y'all hear that? Oh shit, it sounds like there's a crash outside. Oh shit, that doesn't look
Okay,
good.
I am too young to go to jail. There's a bag of cash that I found in these fries. I don't know if this is dirty money. I don't know if this is crazy money. I'm in 8th grade.
Okay, all right,
But if I can serve beer, they're gonna try me like an adult.
Okay, look, take the cash, just run outside and hop into the dumpster. Okay, we'll come knocking when the coast is clear.
Do you know how to launder fries? Is this what I mean by cleaning the money? Mom said all of this stuff. I don't know how to do it.
Okay, look, learn one thing at a time, okay, buddy? Just get in the dumpster. We'll figure this out together, okay? I got you.
Okay, but like if you're not out in 15 minutes, I will be.
Boys, what's going on? I just heard sirens down the street and I came to check on you. What's going on?
I need to use the bathroom.
Yeah, my brother just needs to use the bathroom. We're all good. He had food poisoning earlier, not from our food though. You hungry?
BJ, what happened? I'm worried. I'm your mother. Come on. What's going on in here?
Mom, okay, Mom, you didn't have to
The
come down.
sirens for the bathroom?
Look, Anthony got, I don't know, his stomach is upset. He had to go to the bathroom. He's going to be in there in a while, so don't go.
You know what? If Michael was here, this never would have happened.
And now that's a word from our sponsor.
I love going to commercial break with like heartbreaking. Like what a line. I feel like I'm ultimately on her side. She's suffered and she's continued on and she's a real like Chicago hero. Let's check in with our actors. I'm going to start with Jaclyn because this is like the supporting actress. Annie is you've got it locked up right now. Are there any other characters that we might be meeting? Anybody else that we've had someone who works like back of house, and then also this mother who's really torn.
I think I would love to meet someone from the city. Maybe someone trying to shut them down or giving them a hard time.
Yeah, I love that. Any kind of like bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Coming through. Josh, same question. First of all, I'm loving this underage, this like real Chicago lifer who is a child. Anybody else that we might be meeting besides him?
I think on the same lines as Jaclyn, I think we've mentioned the police or the police commissioner or any of the like regular, always coming in and busting their balls or whatever kind of folks. I'd also love to maybe zoom out to like the restaurant across the street. Just because I'm assuming, I guess, in my brain that this is what like on the Bear, this is in the middle of River North. And it's just like, I guess it's the 70s, but like there's probably some other restaurant across the street that is either equally chaotic or the inverse of this, and that like what that looks like there and how they're experiencing this beef restaurant across the street.
Yeah, I love that. I would love to see like the view of this place.
Yeah.
Devin, same question. Any new characters that you're thinking of?
I would like, because I've seen it in Chicago, I would like to see maybe a regular that's like a bus driver or transit worker that like this restaurant is on their route and like this is the one break they have and this is the place they always like going to. Um, yeah, I don't know, like this something like that.
Yeah, I love that. Just the townie who isn't phased by any of this and loves the fries or whatever, has the usual. Let's check in with our writers. We want to know what's next. What are you picturing for Act 2? Any plot lines you'd like to feed to our actors? We'll start with Jamie.
I think we gotta know if those sirens are coming for the restaurant. We gotta see what's going on there, how we're gonna handle that.
I love the idea of someone calling the police on a restaurant. Andy, same question. Any plot points or situations that you'd like to get started for Act 2?
I'd like to see an aside of Anthony. He's getting that lovable, like you want to see an option for him to get out, whether that's somebody giving him that option or him making a discovery and having to make a choice.
Yeah, I love that. A hopeful, turn for him. He loves a musical instrument.
Yeah, right. Something, yes.
Yeah. John, same question. Any scenarios or plots you'd like to recommend for Act 2?
With the way that the line ended for bringing up the brother, it'd be interesting to see a flashback scene, maybe even just existing entirely in the mother's head of what that idea, like the funhouse mirror version of what we've seen so far with the son who what's the opposite of wrong kid, right kid when alive.
When he was still here, all the right people were alive.
Right.
John, we need a line of dialogue that you would like to hear in Act 2. Before you say that, though, I would like to ask Andy, did you hear I'm starting with the beef in the mirror in Act 1?
I did not, and I wasn't going to bring it up, but I'm glad you did.
You know what? That's never been your way. You've never been.
You're right.
I respect that, but I'm going to defend you. So actors I'm starting with the beef in the mirror. Keep that on deck. And then John, give us a second line of dialogue that you'd like to hear in Act 2.
I would like to hear how old is this beef?
How old is this beef? And keep in mind the various meanings of beef.
Right.
This could really come into play. All right, so we really stacked the deck of a lot of things that are happening in Act 2 of Everyone Loves Beef. Actors and writers, I think we know what needs to happen. Em, are you ready for Act 2 of Everybody Loves Beef?
I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's do it.
Go for it.
Hey, Anthony, can I talk to you in my classroom for a minute? Do you mind?
Yeah. I mean, did you want your order?
No, can you just step aside for a minute? I wanted to talk to you. You just put that down.
Okay. Yeah. Here.
So,
yeah. Hi.
I read your poem at school yesterday, and
yeah, I'm starting with the beef in the mirror. Yeah, it just came to
oh
me.
my gosh, it was so moving, Anthony. I was on such a journey. I was transported by your beautiful words, and it truly was the greatest poem I've ever read off of a napkin or any paper for that matter. And the way that you compared yourself to the sesame seeds on the bun, and the metaphors were so rich and meandering, and I just wanted to encourage you to apply for the honors writing program.
Oh, that's real nice of you. I don't know. I just, I just scribble down some lines in between shifts and things, just things I'm seeing, like pickles and sesame seeds, poppy seeds,
Anthony,
sport peppers.
it was a lot more than just sport peppers and sesame seeds. It was a story about life and family. There was so much there, and
Knock,
I
knock,
love
knock.
to hear more from you.
Knock, knock, knock.
Just gonna, yep.
Excuse me, folks. This is CPD here. Listen, I've been waiting to talk to you for an hour. I wanted to be polite and not break down the door. Hang on one second. I got a 1046 on the way. Okay. Anyways, listen, we got a call about a restaurant, and we've gotten a tip that an employee who's been working there illegally under OSHA rules goes and attends this school. Do any of you by chance know who that could be?
First of all, that sounds like a beautiful poem, and I would love to read it if you would allow me and indulge me. Second, I can't speak to that. I'm just speaking to my student here, and I think you should leave.
Okay. All right.
I think he's talking about me, if I'm being honest.
You?
Excuse me,
I'm
do you
the,
have a
I'm
warrant?
the
Do you have a
littlest
warrant?
beef boy,
Yeah,
Anthony.
I got a teacher resisting arrest. I might need backup.
Resisting, excuse me, you're not looking for me, sir. I'm simply enriching a child's life as I am meant to by profession.
Listen, this is a 1970s warrant, so we'll take anyone of any age in. So if this kid has admitted he works at
Excuse me, can I see the warrant? Can I just please see the warrant?
Okay.
Also, even if you're looking for me, and I do work at the restaurant, I'm also a poet.
Good for you, Mr. Shakespeare over here. Good for you. Huh?
I don't think
This is beautiful. This is a
Really?
beautifully written warrant.
Really? No one's well, let me recite the entire poem from memory. Today I walk down the road. Who will I find but a toad? Is in my friend's eyes.
mine
Do I
doesn't
see
rhyme.
day that there is no lies?
I see that you're the toad,
I feel like a toad most days.
and that's okay. That's okay. We all feel like the toad, I think, sometimes. Let's explore that.
Yeah, I don't need any backup anymore. I have a 4426. Oh, that's
Thank you, Miss C.
Anyways, teacher, what were you saying about my poem?
I was just saying that it was beautiful, and I'd love to explore your feelings more about being a toad, because I think it's something that every man can relate to, and every woman.
Well, you see, like we're okay here. Like all the other cops, I told them, would you actually like to join me for some beef? I'm hungry.
I would love that. I would love that.
There's an order on the table if you want to just make sure that you leave a review specifically for me, Anthony Beef.
How old is this beef? It's just been sitting here on the table.
Yeah, son, how old is this beef?
This beef or that beef?
You know what?
Because they're
Might as well
both
answer
at least
both. Might as well
they're
answer
both
both.
18 if that's more advantageous.
All right, wrong answer to one of them. And it better be
Not
the
in
beef.
algebra. I don't know.
All right. You seem like a good kid. I'll give you
Listen, Anthony, I'd love to speak with your mother about your talents and see if we can get you into that honors program.
Good luck.
What do you mean good luck? I'm sure she'd be very proud of your work.
I'm gonna crack this beef real quick.
I don't know, Ms. C. She only cares about Michael, the dead one.
Oh my gosh, is that your brother?
Yeah, yes. The one that she talks about always. Michael, the dead
Oh my
one, my
God.
favorite beef. It's always one sentence.
Michael, I'm so glad you're here. Your brothers need you so much. This place is running so smoothly with you here. My beautiful
Oh,
son.
you know,
My
Ma,
beautiful
Ma,
son.
yeah, I love you, Ma.
I love you so much,
Oh,
my perfect
look at
son.
you. Look at
You're
you,
the
a
most
family
handsome one.
businesswoman.
You're the
Your
most handsome.
your retirement.
And your brain is so
Hey,
big.
Ma, it's me. What? I'm handsome too, right?
Yeah, you're fine. Michael, listen to me. Listen to me.
Yeah, Ma.
You're my everything, okay?
And I'll
And if
always
you,
be here.
thank you. Because if anything were to happen to you, I don't know what would happen to me. If you die,
Hey,
I'll never
shush,
forgive.
shush.
I won't even ever forgive the idea of sons. No, no sons in general. I will forgive none of them. I will write off the idea of sons if you die.
Ma, you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. I will always be here. I will always be here on Earth. Me, you, and I swear forever this restaurant will never serve hot dogs. It'll just be about burgers, other types of beef, and me riding motorcycles without a helmet.
Michael, you're killing me. I made you my best hot dogs.
Listen, Michael,
Hey,
I just want you to stay safe. I know you were going to go to that carnival in the parking lot, and anything could happen at those places. So I would love
that's
it
the
if
beauty of a carnival, Ma. Anything could happen.
but you're my perfect boy. And I can't lose you to those carnival people. Especially if
Look,
you get on there, that motorcycle over there with no helmet. Anything could happen to you.
Ma, it's like 15 feet. What could happen in the 15 feet between me walking through the walk-in,
All
which
right, listen.
doesn't lock?
Okay, you've convinced me because you're so intelligent and your words have moved me, and I'm convinced.
And handsome.
And
Just a
very
little bit of
handsome.
something right here from my
Very
mother.
handsome. You're a very handsome boy. I love you so
Yeah.
much. All right, well, you
Big
have fun
flirt,
tonight.
you know that,
Listen,
Ma.
wait. Here's some money. That's $400. Don't spend it all at the carnival. Some of that's for you later.
I don't have to share it with my dumbass brothers, right?
Of course not.
The ones we hate.
All right, hate's a strong word. It's more of a general disdain.
Ugh, I love being in the 70s.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Maybe the 60s. I don't know how far back we're going.
We're in the 70s. I would just like to draw attention for just a second to our writer's room chat, which, when given the prompt of how did this poor son die, like rattled off like 10 things, just the most violent, scary, tragic things that could happen to a person. And I think you guys got them all included. One of them was something like went into a freezer and the door was stuck with a broom. I love that, like got in between the latch. Let's check in. We're headed into Act 3 of Everyone Loves Beef. We've gotten 70s public school, like an inspirational sort of after school special kind of vibe about like it's okay for boys to love poetry kind of a thing. We've got a little bit of a child labor statement. We've got sibling rivalries. We've got a powerful flashback. I'm truly just like in awe of all of this. I want to check in with our actors. We're going to start with Josh. Josh, at the top of our show, you talked about the backstory of Anthony. Is there anything that's evolving with that? Any new things that you're learning about this character, even if it contradicts what you initially said?
No, I think he's like in a weird way evolving kind of into proto Jeremy Allen White on Shameless. Which, as we all know, when an actor is in multiple shows, it's the same character. They're just in different situations. And so the 3 episodes of Shameless I've seen have been really informing a lot of this. But yeah, I like the idea of the challenge that that Andy said of like having to make a choice there, which I think is interesting. I'm not sure where that's going to go, but I like that idea.
Yeah, I love that. Devin, same question. We're getting a lot of like sort of pathos and sort of interiority from your sad brother. Um, anything else? We've also introduced this cop character who had a CB, an actual CB prop. I love
Yeah.
that. That was great.
To be perfectly honest, my internet's busted at home, so I'm at work right now, and this is my actual like radio piece for my radio. So I just picked it randomly, could be useful, and it was.
It really was. Can I ask real fast, who had like an incidental siren outside their apartment? That was beautiful. So we had an actual siren. But Devin, back to you. Anything about your character's backstory that you're learning about, or anything that's evolving or changing?
Yeah, I think that the parallel, I guess, between the two characters I've done are like these kind of tough exterior, big machismo types that have a soft spot, or maybe, I don't know, now that I kind of think about it, maybe both of them have internalized or haven't admitted that they've like passed this peak in their life, or the best years of their life are over, maybe, or like they've had potential that they thought they had but like never fulfilled, maybe.
That's hard to hear, Devin.
Oh, I'm okay.
You
No,
know what?
but
I needed that, but it's tough love, and I appreciate it, but I will have to sit with that for a little bit.
what the show's about.
Jaclyn, same question. We've met this thoughtful teacher, and we have the mother, we have the back of house employee. Anything you're learning about your characters or backstory that's changing for you?
I think the mother needs to, come to an acceptance, accept that Michael's gone and appreciate what she has.
Yeah. I do like the idea of every flashback introducing another potential tragedy, and we just never, sort of like This Is Us, really like lay in bed of like, how might this man die? Every episode he was like, well, if anybody needs me, I'll be on the roof.
I feel like the idea of like faking out the audience, that like there's so many near death kind of situations, so we don't know when he's actually gonna die.
Yeah. Off to my chainsaw class.
Let's check in with our writers. Andy, any loose threads that you'd like tied up in Act 3 of this episode, or even seeds that you'd like to plant for the future?
Yeah, maybe just a slight glimpse of BJ. I would just like to see a little bit of BJ in here. I think we got to meet them all in like the stock room, which I love. Like Jaclyn also was just like openly smoking, and we weren't in the like dumpster. We were very 70s. So I wouldn't mind seeing that a little bit more, just so we know like next episode might not be about Anthony. Would love to see a little bit more about him.
Yeah, I love that. John, same question. Any loose ends that you want to tie up for Act 3, or anything that we might use in the future?
I mean, the one idea I had is if the mother's trying to appreciate the son, we have to resolve this thing with the cop somehow. That could be like a motivation for being involved. It feels like both of Jaclyn's characters feel sort of like power centers, that it feels like between the two of them, one of them's going to resolve the cop thing, and then there's probably going to be some kind of rivalry, or with the power centers of the show, they sort of, it hasn't really happened yet, but it feels like at least like for a season arc, it seems like there could be something there for sure.
Yeah, totally. Jamie, same initial question. Any loose ends that you'd like to tie up before this episode ends?
I think Anthony's poetry, like bringing that to the restaurant or bringing that to his mother or his brother, like how does he introduce that as his possible way out, or just what they think of that?
I love that. We were talking about Roseanne earlier. There's an episode very early where like Darlene is in like 5th grade or something, however the youngest version of Darlene is, and she reads like a really beautiful poem. Anyway,
I knew immediately which episode.
I know,
I
yeah.
was like, oh, the poem.
they all
Yeah.
go nuts. They
Yeah.
love it so much.
Yeah.
Jamie, can we have a line of dialogue that you'd like to hear in Act 3?
Playing dice is only a misdemeanor.
Guys, is only a misdemeanor. I love that. All right, so we're heading into Act 3 of Everyone Loves Beef. We've got a big job in front of us. Em, are you ready for Act 3?
I am ready. Let's bring it home.
Let's go for it.
What's the new artwork on the wall? It's a bunch of words. Anthony, did you put that up?
Yeah, well, Anthony wrote it. I went to Michael's, the craft store, and I got a frame,
Oh,
and we hung it up together.
boy,
Yeah, and we thought that because we went to Michael's, it might, he's here too.
So we're both artists, really,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
We're
God, he
both
loved
we're
that
all
store.
artists.
You know your brother loved that store. He used to always say, "It's my name, Ma."
Oh, I remember, Ma. By the way, I don't feel like I say it enough, Ma, but I'm happy to see you today.
Oh, that's so nice.
But
That's nice.
read it, Ma. Read the words.
Oh, okay. Let me just take that off the wall. My eyes, it says, "To my beautiful family." Oh, the beef means so much. Anthony, did you write this? Is this about the beef?
I did. It sounded different in my head than how you're saying it, but yes, I did write it. Yeah.
Is this about Michael?
Yeah, I mean, it's about the beef, but it's also about the beef, It's all of us. The beef is the best that we can be. All we can be, all you need is beef, and all we can be is beef. At the end of the day, we start as beef, and we all end up as beef.
You know what,
We should
boys?
beef all we can beef. Those are just some other things that I didn't put in the poem, but I kind of cut.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, that's enough, Anthony. But I did want to acknowledge that it's beautiful. You boys did a beautiful job with this.
they're meat poems. It's not a big deal.
Oh, it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
By the way, anyone want a beef?
I'll take a beef.
Yeah.
I got you, Ma.
Oh, hey, I finally went to school and met a teacher.
Oh, tell me about it, honey.
I don't know. I think she sees potential in me. But BJ, I'll work all my shifts. I promise.
You better, kid. And remember, hey, here's a tip. If you ever call off, always say you're sick. Or you know what? This is not to be morbid. Say it was a family emergency. All right.
But wouldn't the family emergency be here at the beef?
I guess I'm speaking more abstractly, like when you grow up and become a famous poet and you have to call out to work to your teacher or whoever.
Enough of that. I don't want you getting too many ideas in your head, Anthony. You belong here with the family.
Oh, don't worry, Ma. A cop was there, but I jumped out the window.
A cop?
You should have
is
seen.
that normal?
Well,
seems like they're here all the time. So
they're here all the time. But what was he asking about?
Well,
he's looking for.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, thank you. I don't know. Maybe the greasy money I found in the back of our storeroom. Do you know anything about that, BJ? Is that yours? I didn't feel right spending it. I almost spent it.
Well, it's a gift from God, I guess, but no one's got to know. For all I know, that's what you get for going to school. Teachers, Police, society.
Listen, Anthony, that is honest, greasy money. Okay, we work very hard here for that money. That money was Michael's. Okay, he won it at the fair, and I put it in the bag with the fries for your future. You think you're too good for beef money now? You're too good for beef money. What do you think Michael would say about that? That beef put a roof over your head.
You know, there's one beef family adage I've learned, and this came from Pops, is that playing dice.
I never met him.
Oh, he's a great man. But playing dice, it's only a misdemeanor.
Got in jail.
And that's our show.
Our last name's beef.
Yeah.
So we just finished an arc of dramedies, and I feel like this was the best one yet. This was these are really getting to the heart of this family. It's tragedies that they've like moved forward through that they can't leave behind. It's powerful stuff, and it's also just what a bunch of weirdos. I love this show so much. I want to see 10 seasons of it. I know that we started this with combining two shows, but I want to check in with our actors. I want to know, does this remind you of any other existing shows? Or if you could pair it with a show on like a primetime lineup, what show would you match it with? I'm going to start with Jaclyn.
Ooh. I don't know why I can't get like Lord of the Rings out of my head, because the Boromir and Faramir, whatever, the whole like wrong kid died thing, that's not a show though, I'm sorry. What would I pair it with? This feels like it would almost be like the drama that appears after like the lineup of comedies, like, you know how like ER used to appear at the end of like must see TV like Thursday or whatever.
Yeah,
I think that's where I'd put it.
like building towards that.
Yeah, it's like the heavier.
Yeah, you watch like Suddenly Susan, and then on ER,
Yeah.
someone's chopped in half by a helicopter.
Yeah.
Josh, same question. Any shows that this reminds you of, or where would you put it in like a lineup? What show would you pair it with?
Yeah. For some reason my brain is like, and next up, a brand new episode of Lucifer. Just like they're both kind of funny and kind of have a very specific audience that likes watching this show, and maybe they'll cross over. Like it was on another network and it did pretty well, and then it got canceled, and then they pulled it onto this network to reboot it.
I love when that happens. They introduce like another kid.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
Devin, same question. Any other shows that this reminds you of, or what would you pair it with if you're a network?
That's a good question. I don't know why, but for some reason, the show Atlanta came to my mind. Maybe it's a little, I mean, that's another great FX show, and this feels very in the vein of like FX, but I think that, I don't know, I like very like regional specific TV shows and movies, and I feel like this is kind of similar in that way, but it's also like these are characters that are funny, but they're also like doing their best, and they're probably not the best for each other, but they have a lot of redeeming qualities they find in each other.
Yeah, I love all the Chicago you guys brought to this. I know the Bear is set in Chicago, but we didn't have that as part of our discussion, and you guys really like took it to a Chicago place. I loved it. We're gonna check in with our writers. Jamie, we'll start with you. This was our premiere pilot of Everyone Loves Beef, but it's being picked up for the full season. What happens in episode 2?
Episode 2, I think, I think we have like a follow-up. I think we still have the cop needs to kind of come back. I think we have not seen the last of him because we talked about the dirty money, but we also have the issue of the child serving alcohol. So I think we need to see him again.
I love that. I love the idea of like on Only Murders in the Building, the cop, the detective who just like comes in sometimes when it's like the least convenient for everybody. John, same question, except for our season finale. What happens in the last episode of the season?
I'm gonna go out ahead and say that they don't intend to kill the police officer investigating them. Guys, and it brings them closer together as a family and needing to sort of continue to dig themselves deeper and hopefully out of the mess that has been established by that point.
Yeah, I love that. If anything, this family needs a secret.
Yeah. Fresh one, at least. Yeah.
And then Andy, this show is a huge hit. It runs forever. What's happening in season 5?
In season 5, they've taken on Big Beef, digging themselves deeper, similar to 6 Feet Under. You know, they're that small shop, but the Burger King wants his cut. And so they're trying to figure out, you know, how to just stay out of trouble / knock some knees.
Yeah, I mean, aren't we all? That's great. So we've neared the end of our episode. We've really made a beautiful piece of television, I think, history making. This is a legendary sitcom that people are going to look back on, but it is missing one factor. I think a good sitcom needs a theme song. So while we say goodbye tonight, our actors are going to teach us the theme song to Everyone Loves Beef. Everyone in your Zoom boxes, feel free to do your best opening credits poses. Join in if you want. It's set in the 70s, so feel free to add a funky bass lick. Everybody watching, thank you so much. Follow the Trident Network on every platform. Subscribe. If you're on Amazon Prime, you get a free Twitch subscription to this show. Do that. Em, thank you so much for a great production tonight. And here's the theme to Everyone Loves Beef.
Beef.
Where's the beef?
Everybody
I'm
loves
looking
beef.
at the beef in the mirror.
Everyone loves beef.
Beef, beef.
Groovy beef.
Beef.
Everybody loves
Good
beef.
night, everybody. Thank you.
Beef.